Hey everybody, and welcome to Chat with Kat. I just wanted to jump on and tell you guys an interesting story. So my sister Mariana and we like to share memes and videos with each other back and forth about things that interested us as kids, whether it's toys or a cartoon like the Chipmunks or the Care Bears or DuckTales or whatever. And today she decided to send me a very fascinating video about the board game Candyland, which, you play a game as a kid, you don't really think about, where the idea came from or what is the idea behind it. But she and I are fascinated about the origin of things. And so she sent me the origin of Candyland, and it actually was created by a woman who was diagnosed with polio as a child. And the whole premise of the game was not to make it to a castle, was not to defeat, the King Candy, whatever his name was. No, it was actually made with the idea of going home. Because back when she was a child, children with any disability, whether it was polio, spina bifida, cerebral palsy, autism, etc., 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 they were 9 out of 10 times, or actually all of the time, taken out of their homes, taken away from their parents, and put in institutions. And so the whole premise of this game was to make it home, because that's all she wanted, was to make it home. And I felt like that was such an amazing message, because I feel like, at least for me, sometimes you can kind of overlook the idea of family, or think like, oh, I don't get along with this one, or I don't get along with that one, or whatever. But that was just such an amazing thing to be like, wow, I'm so fortunate to come from a big family. I'm so fortunate to live near my family, or in some cases with family, because that wasn't the case 60 years ago. That wasn't the case for some people with disabilities. And I'm just really thinking about that. And I also think it's really cool that a game that brought such joy to so many kids with and without disabilities has such a rich history in inclusion and disability history. I think that's very, very cool. And so I'm excited to play the game again in the near future. I actually did play it when I was in New York. Before I even knew that any of this was happening, I played it with my nephew and my sister, who sent me the video. And it just, next time I play, it's going to be even better, because now I know where the idea came from, and that makes it even more special to me to play. So on a separate but kind of related note, I also wanted to let all of you know that myself and my friend Hector Del Valle are working on a project to have children between the ages of 5 and 10 tell their stories about living with a disability for a book that we want to put together. And it's going to be kind of like a chicken soup for the soul for kids. And I would really love if any of you could maybe reach out to myself or to Hector and give us some ideas on who to contact. We've already started contacting the Children's Trust and so forth, but let us know your thoughts on this. Or if you have any kid in mind, hit us up. Let us know how we can get in touch with them. And we really want to move this project forward because we think that just like the little girl who wanted to go home and created a game later on in life to represent that, we think all kids should be able to express their truth and their feelings and express themselves in what's going on in their life. So we're super excited about this project, and I hope you guys reach out to either me or Hector Del Valle on any ideas that you might have of who would be a good fit for these stories. Okay? Talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.